My favorite memory is just being able to compete in McHale and my freshman year competing against Utah, which was like a top 5 team, and having like the best meet of my career and sticking my ball, getting career highs on both ball and floor.
So the most impactful moment for me in my college career was actually running at this meet, the shirt I'm wearing. So this was the national championships my sophomore year in Austin, Texas, and I was able to compete on a 4x100 relay there. It was really impactful because I had never thought that I would be able to get to compete at such a high level, especially as a walk-on. In high school I wasn't the fastest guy, but through the training and through the wonderful coaching of Coach Green and Coach Harvey's guidance, I was able to make it to somewhere that I never dreamed of being. So this was definitely the most impactful moment for me. We didn't finish the race. Sadly, we missed the stick on the third to fourth leg, but even that mishap has really lit a fire under me to get back to this year. It'll be in Oregon, so get back to Eugene and finish what I started in my sophomore and freshman year.
I would have to say Pac-12s, winning Pac-12s as an individual and as a team. That's by far the most impactful so far in my career, and hopefully going on to the postseason we make more memories.
My favorite memory as an Arizona Wildcat it just happened this past weekend, and it was making the Sweet 16, and hopefully we can take it even farther and make even a better memory.
One of the things that was most impactful since I've been here as a student athlete would be the CATS Academic Center, not just for the academic support, but also as a great place to intermingle with other athletes and friends, and it's just a great place to meet people from all walks of life, and it's something I'll always cherish here.
My most impactful moment was volunteering for UA Artworks because the people we went to visit supported our program so much, and they inspired me through my athletic career.
I think the biggest piece of advice I'd give myself my freshman year would be don't get so stuck on the time you're running. Worry more about the process because, you may not, a lot of the times in my freshman year I was a little bit disappointed with the times I was running. And I was kind of just stuck on, hey, why am I not running fast, rather than looking at the positives of, hey, you're getting stronger, your form's getting better, all of these things. And, I think that would have made me grow as a better athlete. And, luckily I kind of put things together my sophomore year and have continued to grow and focus on the process more than the results. Obviously I still want to run fast, but, I know how important the small steps are now to get there.
The advice I would give my freshman self is to say yes to everything, be involved with everything, get to know people, don't close yourself within just only your bubble. Get to know people, make connections. Just say yes to everything and then experience this 4 years the best you can, because it's the best 4 years of your life.
Just to take in every moment and to really cherish it because it goes by much faster than you think.
Definitely to stay organized. I think that I was always struggling to stay organized and always struggling to ultimately get all my stuff done on time.
One of the best pieces of advice I've offered to my first year self would have to be how quickly time flies, and you just need to be ready to take every opportunity to the best of your ability.
Best piece of advice I'd give my freshman self is to not be so hard on myself. I think when I first came in here, I was really hard on myself and didn't really grasp it until maybe the second semester about how hard college golf is. It's a really big stepping stone going from junior and high school golf to the college level. It's just completely different, and I think having kind of that like mindset where you just gotta just continue getting better every year, and not really putting so much pressure on yourself to perform right away, because it's just a big stepping stone, and it's really difficult to get your feet wet and compete really well once you're a freshman here at the UA.
I'll just say my favorite memory with Clancy is just being every day on court with him is absolutely hilarious. It's hard work, but at the same time, we all have fun, and he makes this group of guys super special, and just he makes going to practice every day the best.
I like to say my coach. I was injured a lot, and he kind of stuck by me the whole time, and always believed in me no matter what.
My best coach's story has to go to Coach Green. I think it was my freshman year. We were doing some 200s on the football field, which, if you know, the football field isn't 200 meters long. So she had her little measuring tape and had to, circle out the lines, and so she did a 200 and then another 200. And our senior on the team at that time, he could have swore that she messed up measuring the second one, because we were coming in really fast the first one, really slow the second one. So he yelled across the field, and basically said, "Coach, are you sure this is 200 meters?" And she just stopped and she said, "Are you questioning the workout?" And from that point, I knew never to ask her about the workout. I just ran until she told me to stop. And it's funny, we kind of make a joke about it. This past year, we could have sworn we saw her measuring out the football tape, the football field one time, and as she was measuring with the roller, she picked it up, walked a few steps, put it back down, and then continued to measure. So we think she pads the 200 a little bit, maybe adds 5 meters to make us work a little harder, but we can't say, because we never question our work ethic.
I can give you a great Coach Anderson impression. Every time I see him on the course, he comes up to me, he's driving in his cart, knees kind of pointed out in like a weird, awkward position. He says it's really comfortable, but I don't think it is. And he goes, "Hey Devo, you good? You need anything from me? Want a snack? You good?" That's about all I get from him, and then he drives off. He's like, "I'm gonna stick with Brad, if that's cool with you." So that's probably my best Coach Anderson impression. Coach Allen impression, team meeting every time. No, yeah, guys look good. Swinging it really well. Just maybe hit a few putts tomorrow morning before you go out. Get the green speeds down. That's pretty much all I got.
Bear down. We play a video, actually. That's funny. We play a video before every match when we're in the car. That I think it's the commercial for Bear Down or something. It's just like it says Bear Down just means the extra cup of coffee at 3 a.m. The extra effort, playing hard. Like bear down to me means just going the extra mile for everything you do. Either on court and the class, just give the extra effort for the university.
Bear down just means to kind of keep grinding, work hard through all the struggles and to try as hard as you can at all times and succeed when you can.
I just think it means just kind of like gritting it down and really never giving up when you're out there. It's really easy to get down on yourself in the sport of golf, and I think bearing down and just keep moving forward, just never giving up, and just compete till the end. It is a really good piece of advice you can give yourself out there.
To do everything to the best of your ability, to do it with grit and grind, and the University of Arizona. It's awesome.
First time since 2008, individual champion is the Arizona Wildcat.
Good morning. Welcome to the University of Arizona. Welcome to Graduation 2021. Before we get started, I would like to please stand as we honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. You are the graduating class of 2021. Given what our world has gone through over the last year, you are considered the strongest ever to graduate from the University of Arizona. All of you have excelled in your chosen course of study. As you leave here today, an exciting world awaits you. Yes, I know there are questions, even some anxiety, but in two simple words uttered by Button Salmon, all you have to do is bear down and victory will follow. Today you will receive, but never forget to give back, not just to this great university, but to your fellow men and women you meet through your journey through life. Many of you sitting here today probably have a plan of what's next. Some of you, well, sitting here may not have that plan. That's okay, you're not alone. Enjoy your search, never doubt yourself. From one of the university's long-standing fight songs, remember this: Hail Arizona Wildcats, fighting for old UA, a raging team of Wildcats growling for the fray. There's not a team can stop them, so fight team, fight with all your might, and win today. Congratulations, class of 2021. Keep that bear down spirit alive, and success will follow. In addition to the graduates with us here today, we have some special people who have joined us this morning. I would like to introduce them at this time, and please stand. Noted community leader, namesake of the Ginny L. Clements Academic Center, Ginny L. Clements. Ginny, thank you for being here. Our faculty athletic representative, a tenured professor of systems and industrial engineering, Ricardo Valerde. Associate Director for CATS Academics, Dr. Jennifer Muse. Assistant Athletic Director and Director for CATS Academics, Dr. Marisol Kirdos. Senior Associate Athletics Director for Student Athlete Development, John Mosbach. Executive Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Women's Administrator, Erica Barnes. Now I'd like to introduce and welcome to the podium Vice President and Director of Athletics at the University of Arizona, Dave Hickey.
Thank you, Brian. Welcome, everyone. What a great day. It's so good to be together in a space together as we celebrate this incredible day. So on behalf of the University of Arizona, the Department of Athletics, I'd like to welcome you, our graduates, our parents, our families, our friends who have supported these wonderful young people as they move on to this next step, to the 2021 Arizona Athletics Student Athlete Convocation Ceremony. I'm truly honored to speak with you today on this huge, huge day. This is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate, as I said, together, safely, your achievement of this incredible dream after such an unprecedented year. Here inside the Davis Sports Center, what a wonderful facility, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge Cole and Jeannie Davis for their incredible support, the facility named after the Davises, for their just incredible support of our student athletes here at the University of Arizona. But being together here, your supporters here with you, the Wildcat family being here, makes this an incredibly special event. This is your day, our graduates, this is your day. A day to celebrate your hard work, your dedication, and the incredible perseverance to become a University of Arizona graduate. It's truly a championship celebration. Some of you have heard me say that before. I feel today that we are hanging 129 championship banners because this is the pinnacle of the experience of a student athlete to graduate from this great university. At this time, I'd like to also recognize some really important people who made an impact on all of your careers here. First, she's been introduced twice, but really the heart and soul of our academic center, Ginny Clements. Ginny, thank you for your passion, your love, championing these student athletes to excel. Thank you, Jen. We truly have one of the finest facilities in all of the country, creating an environment for all of us to be successful. I want to thank our CATS Academic Services team, our Life Skills team, our CATS Medical Services, our Clinical and Psychological Services area, the CATS Sports Performance area, our Strength and Conditioning, and all of our coaches, our head coaches and our assistant coaches. They all believed in each of you, and they knew that you had what it takes to be a successful Wildcat. I'd also like to thank President Robbins. He was able to meet and greet with our coaches just for a minute. You can imagine the president has a number of ceremonies and activities going on this week. He's unable to be with us, but one of our strongest supporters, President Robbins, he sends his greetings. I want to thank our university community, the committed faculty and staff and administration. That's what makes this university such a student-centered university, and that's incredibly important at a university setting. Today we celebrate and honor all of your accomplishments, including fulfilling the dream of becoming a graduate of this outstanding university. The journey to become a college graduate is never easy, especially for all that you've overcome. You've been challenged by the sudden obstacles of a global pandemic Never thought that was going to happen when you probably enrolled as a freshman here. But you know, again, your stories. I talk about this. You all have a story to tell when you leave here, and that's a big part of the story. This has been an amazing 18 months. I guess we're over a year now, maybe more than that. You could have decided to stop chasing your dream. Sure, there are moments where you looked in the mirror and said, why am I doing this? You could have taken a break during the pandemic, but you persevered, you remained determined, and you showed what it means to be a Wildcat and what it means to bear down. Not only did this group of Arizona graduates complete their studies and overcome the challenges they faced, but they also did it at a level of excellence that stands out above and beyond all the rest. This group has been a part of record-breaking semester GPAs for our athletic department through their entire career that has rewritten academic history here. Not only have you achieved your dreams, but you've done it with true excellence. I look at this group of Wildcats, these graduates, and I can't help but feel a great sense of pride for everything that's been achieved. This is a class of trailblazers. There's a lot of firsts here. You know, many of you may be the first in your family to go to college. Some of you may be the first person in your family to graduate from college. There may be some of you who are first in their family to go to school away from home, maybe into a different country. All of you became the first to graduate from this university, overcoming incredible adversity, the likes that have never been seen this pandemic. There are a lot of firsts here as well. All conference, athletic awardees, academic all conferences, All-Americans, academic All-Americans, future professionals, future Olympians sit in this room, future coaches, future professionals, future leaders, and future community fixtures. You'll go back to the communities that you live in and be leaders and contributing members of our societies. That's incredibly important. And all of you are Wildcats for life. So let's take a minute and think back and reflect and smile a little bit on the accomplishments this group has achieved. In competition, what an incredible year we've had. In the classroom, phenomenal. And in the community, we'll never take your experience as a Wildcat for granted. You've gone through so much to be here today, and everyone in attendance here is here to recognize that and celebrate it with you. Now we look forward to your exciting futures as graduates from the University of Arizona, beginning careers and new chapters. This is a new stage in life for each of you. But there's one thing that'll stay the same. Our entire athletic department, our university, and the Wildcat family will always stand behind you. We always have your back. You're part of something incredibly special. That's the beautiful thing about being a Wildcat. You're a Wildcat for life. Every person who has helped you and supported you along your journey to this point will still be there as you move into your alum status. So go out there, make us proud, do incredible things. Thank you for being Wildcats. Congratulations and bear down.
Thank you, Dave. To be named an academic champion, a student athlete must achieve a 3.0 GPA during fall, spring, or summer semesters or higher in the classroom. This year, we recognize a total of 83 academic champions in the 2021 graduating class. Those of you academic champions who are here present with us today, please stand at this time and let us announce and appreciate all your great achievements. Thank you and congratulations. Every student athlete at the University of Arizona has the potential to earn their A letter and become an Arizona letter winner. In 1993, the University of Arizona organized an association made up of former Arizona letter winners called the Arizona Letter Winners Association, better known as the A Club. We did this to create an opportunity for our student athletes to remain connected to the department and the university far beyond their graduation and retirement from their sport. At this time, I'd like to welcome Executive Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Women's Administrator Erica Barnes to the stage to tell you more about the A Club.
Thank you. On behalf of Arizona Athletics, congratulations to all of our graduating student athletes on your accomplishments today. This is an exciting time, not just for you and your family, but your whole Wildcat family. Thank you to our CAT support staff, as well as your coaches, for supporting you every day during this journey. Your resiliency and commitment has brought you to this milestone, and we celebrate you. One of our favorite things to acknowledge to this graduating class, please know that out of 600,000 U of A alumni, only 2% of them can say they wore the Wildcat uniform. When you finish competing for your sport, you automatically become an A Club member. The A Club Letter Winners Association is Arizona Athletics alumni program. It's all about tradition and relationships. We want you to stay engaged with the university well after your playing career. Email and social media platforms are how we will communicate about homecoming weekends and alumni events. This year brought Zoom to our lives, and the silver lining to that was that we were able to connect with many of our alumni and coaches with our current team and student athletes. We had over 500 alumni connecting with their teams and their coaches. You also may have seen at our spring game, our football alumni, we had over 200, getting to know Coach Fish and his new staff. So we encourage you to come back and also Zoom and stay engaged, as it's really important for us, as you continue in your careers, that U of A and U of A Athletics helps you during that journey. Without a CATSES Awards show this year, I also wanted to take the opportunity to recognize our Student Athlete Advisory Committee, those that are graduating specifically. Trevor Volpe, Jordan Geis, Bryce Wolma, Lucas Haverspeck, and David Laskin, Peyton Bellows, Noah Reed, Alejandro Aguant, and Taylor Zandberg. Thank you for your commitment to that organization. Arizona Athletics also has a neat program called Cats Forever, which helps alumni letter winners who did not complete their undergraduate degree when they were here to return to finish. At this time, I'd like to introduce Associate Director of CATS Academics, Jennifer Muse, to speak about that wonderful program. Congratulations again, and we look forward to you living the Wildcat way.
As part of the commitment to an athlete's total success, the Cats Forever program was created to assist former student athletes in fulfilling their goal of graduation for those who left school before completing their undergraduate degree. The Cats Forever program provides academic, personal development, and financial assistance to those students. We have over 50 former student athletes that have come back and completed their degree as part of the Cats Forever program and are very excited to welcome 7 new ones this year.
At this time, I'd like to recognize 4 outstanding student athletes who have accomplished the honor of being our 2021 Student Athlete Valedictorians for CATS Academics. It was a 4-way tie, by the way, each achieving a perfect 4.0 GPA. Johnny Baham hails from Carlsbad, California, and is a 4-year member of the beach volleyball team. She is a 2-time Pac-12 academic honor roll member, was part of the Pac-12 Mental Health Summit in 2020 and the Wildcats Care Initiative. In the sand, she racked up 62 career wins, the 7th most in program history, and is the 8th best career winning percentage in school history at 75.5%. Please welcome Johnny Baham.
Thank you for that introduction. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all today. When I was preparing for this speech, I watched YouTube videos of other valedictorian speeches, and I came across one from a graduating class of 2015. The speaker says, "We've overcome a lot: earthquakes, blackouts, and Ebola." And I think it's pretty safe to say that we've also overcome a lot, from Zoom University to practicing every day with masks on. We've survived, some of us have thrived, but we've all made it here today, and that proves our resilience on and off the court. So with that, congratulations to the class of 2021. but we couldn't have done it alone. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank all of the amazing athletic department staff members, from everyone in compliance who keeps us eligible throughout the year, to everyone in CATS academics, mentors, advisors, psychologists, to all of the coaches, assistant coaches, directors of operations, athletic trainers, to all of the families who support us in all our endeavors, and last but not least, to our teammates. Fellow athletes, look around you. You are surrounded by greatness. This year, we have surpassed all expectations, with our women's basketball team coming in second in the country, to men's golf winning the Pac-12 championships for the first time since 2004, to men's tennis making it to the Sweet 16 for the first time ever, to beach volleyball having our winningest season in program history, as well as many other records that were set this year. Arizona Wildcats know how to be great. Throughout your time here, you may have heard a lot about having a life after athletics, and the staff here have done a great job of trying to prepare us for what comes next. You may have been told to have an identity outside of sports and to think about what happens when your athletic career is done. And for some of you, it might not be over. But regardless of what comes next, I want to challenge all of you here today to build on top of the identity that you already have instead of trying to find a new one. Sports have taught us so many incredible things that have shaped who we are today. We know how to achieve our goals. We know how to get back up when we're down. We know our worth. And most of all, we know how to be great. So as you go forth into your future, trust your identity and always remember who you are. Thank you so much, and bear down for life.
Thank you, Johnny. Courtney Coles majored in film and television and society, holding a 4.0 GPA throughout her time at the University of Arizona. She was named to the Pac-12 All-Academic First Team in 2018 and 2019 and was on the 2020 Pac-12 Winter Academic Honor Roll. Coles was also named Scholastic All-American from 2017 to 2019 and Academic All-American in 2020 by the WCGA. Please welcome Courtney Coles.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited that we actually get to be here together in person to celebrate our graduation. This is such an amazing achievement for all of us, and I'm so happy that we could be surrounded by our friends, our teammates, our families, our coaches, and everyone else that was able to be here today. We are so lucky to have the support of all of the people who are with us, as well as those who couldn't make it in person today. This is a monumental day for all of us. It's the culmination of years and years of hard work finally paying off. Every 6 a.m. workout and every late night study session have made us into the strong, intelligent, independent, and dedicated individuals that we are going to walk across the stage as today. As excited as I am, it's also kind of scary. We've successfully made it through 4 years, or in many of our cases, 5 years of college, but now it's time to take on the real world. We're gonna be real adults and get jobs and pay taxes and stuff. It's kind of daunting. But I promise you, we are so ready to take on whatever life throws at us, because these past few years, we haven't only been training for meets and matches, we've also been learning and practicing lifelong skills that are going to help us excel at whatever we choose to do after graduation. This past year, I chose to do a 5th year of school after I concluded my 4 years of eligibility in 2020. I wanted to hang on to being a student for a little bit longer because I was so scared of losing my identity as a student athlete. I was a gymnast for 19 years, and then one day it was just over. For almost 2 decades, I introduced myself like, "Hi, I'm Courtney, and I'm a gymnast," and I really didn't know who I was going to be after. While I did enjoy my extra year of school, it turns out that I didn't need to be so scared of losing my identity, because I realized that we are so much more than our sports. Who I am is not based on being a gymnast, but rather everything I learned throughout my time as a gymnast helped to make me who I am. I may not be Courtney the gymnast anymore, but I am so proud of the person I am today, and I'm so grateful to gymnastics and the U of A for helping me become this person through the good and the bad. Athletics taught me discipline, dedication, work ethic, confidence, communication, and most importantly, that on time is 10 minutes late. Seriously, I got a job this past year and I always show up 10 minutes early because athletics ingrained that in me and my bosses love it. But beyond being early for almost everything, I found that I was insanely overprepared to enter the workforce and to take on the real world. I mean, compared to running stadiums, doing taxes is so easy. Trust me, you guys, we got this. This is our time to celebrate all of our hard work and the insanely bright futures we have ahead of us. We get to walk across the stage and forge new lives and identities for ourselves and thrive in the new adventures to come. Congratulations to everyone. I am so proud of all of us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Courtney. Hida Hanumans won over 50 singles matches during her career at Arizona while playing in many spots throughout the lineup. This season, she led the team with 16 singles wins and 13 doubles wins. In 2019, she was named first team Pac-12 All-Academic and was on the 2020 Pac-12 Spring Academic Honor Roll. Hida also has done her part in the community. She's logged over 40 community service hours this year alone as one of the top female student athlete volunteers. Please welcome Hida Hanumans.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations to all my fellow student athletes who are graduating today. I'm very proud of us for having succeeded in both our sports and academics. I want to thank my coach, Ryan Stotland, for always believing in me and challenging me every day to be the better person, to become a better tennis player. And, you know, that's in the end what I'm here for, to become a better person. And I know that's what all our coaches wanted for us. So thank you to all our coaches and staff for helping us succeed and be the best version of ourselves every day. Pushing us to put that extra pound on the barbell and do that extra sprint. Thank you to all our advisors and tutors in CATS Academics for the endless hours of help with writing that annoying essay and correcting our grammar and spelling. Coming to the University of Arizona has been one of the best decisions of my life. I remember I stepped on the plane in Belgium, ready to fly to the United States, and a new adventure was about to begin. I had no idea what it was going to look like. The only thing I knew for sure is that the sun would always shine. When I arrived in Tucson, I didn't really know what it meant to bear down. I asked my teammates if they could explain it to me on one of my first days here. And they told me the story of John B. Salmon. But they explained that I will experience what it truly means to be fighting for the team and representing the Block A on my uniform. And they were right. Now, here I stand for you 4 years later with a degree from an amazing university, but most importantly, with teammates and my Wildcat family I know I can count on forever. It has been an honor to work out next to you in McHale and see how hard everyone works behind the scene. It motivated me to do the same every day. I've seen all the programs grow intensively one by one over my 4 years here. Women's golf winning a national championship 3 years ago, and just a month ago, women's basketball wrote history and showed us once again what it truly meant to bear down, along many other titles and records that were set by this amazing class. I will continue to work hard and represent the Arizona Wildcats proudly. I wish everyone the very best in the future, and I know we're all going to do very big things. BTFD forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Hida. Tucson native Trevor Volpe has been a model student on and off the track as he was named first team Pac-12 All-Academic and was on the 2020 Pac-12 Spring Academic Honor Roll. In his first 2 seasons at Arizona, he competed at the NCAA Championships in the 4x100 meter relay. He set new personal bests in the 100 and 200 meter dash this past outdoor season, including a time of 20.91 in the 20 or 200 meter dash just 2 weeks ago. Please welcome Trevor Volpe.
Hello, everybody. Unlike Courtney, I'm still working on my timeliness. I think I've used the excuse, 10 minutes early is 10 minutes late. I've used that a few times to get out of some punishment. I always get to practice right at the time, 3:30. I believe if you're 0 minutes early, then you're 0 minutes late. But I'll go ahead and start with my speech. So hello, everybody. My name is Trevor Volpe. I'm currently a senior at the University of Arizona, where I study both finance and MIS at Eller College of Management. In addition to being an honors student athlete, I'm also a member of the track and field team, where I compete in the 100, 200, and 4x100 meter relay. Now that I got the first half of my elevator pitch out of the way, I think I can start with my actual speech. Over these past 4 years, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've grown into a better and faster man than I was before. However, as all of my engineering friends know, to build a good structure, you always need a great base. I would like to thank my family for instilling the values in me that have created my unwavering base. Just as I am sure many of your parents were your coaches growing up, my dad was one of my coaches. I will never forget one of the many lessons that he taught me. In order to reach your goals, you have to have 3 prerequisites. 1, you have to want it. 2, you have to be willing to work for it. And 3, you have to be coachable. As like some of you, I was a walk-on at the university. I didn't get any recruiting visits, I didn't get any financial aid, and I didn't get to post a D1 acceptance tweet. But like everybody in this room, there was only one thing that I wanted in the world, and that was to be able to wear the Block A in competition. This want does not come easily. Less than 2% of high school athletes get the opportunity to compete at the highest collegiate level. The chances of each of you being able to sit here today were twice as low as your chances of getting into Harvard if you had applied. Although I was a good high school athlete, I do not know if I would put myself in the top 2%. The standards to walk on to the university's team are 21.90 in the 200 meter and 10.85 in the 100 meter. My first meet at the university, I ran a 22.79 in the 200 meter, which is almost a second above the threshold, and 11.15 in the 100 meter. Rather than giving up on myself, I was determined to become a better athlete, which at the end of the day is what we all want to do. I knew that in order to catch up to my teammates, I would have to outwork them in practice every day. How was I ever supposed to close the gap if my closest friends and competitors worked harder than me? I took the following quote to heart. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. A saying that all of us have become familiar with because it is hung up on the top of the McHale weight room. A hard question to answer is, who takes on the bigger risk when it comes to athletics, the coach or the athlete? I personally felt like I had no risk because I had no other options. However, my coaches took a big risk by giving me an opportunity. Luckily for them, finance has taught me that the bigger the risk you're willing to take, the higher the return you can be yielded. Although my ability may have been put into question from time to time, I tried to never question my coach's demands. If Coach Green asked me to run through a brick wall, I would ask her how fast. More applicably, if she asked me to run 15 300s, the only thing I would ask her would be, what's the rest? By taking the 3 pieces of advice that my father gave me, I've been able to grow into, as Coach Harvey would say, the best version of myself. This past meet, I ran a 10.5 in the 100 meter and a 20.91 in the 200 meter, which is almost a 2-second improvement from the 22.79 I ran when I started out at the university. Later today, I will get on a plane to LA to compete for the Pac-12 title, where I'm in scoring position in many of my events. In a matter of few days, I will be able to answer the second quote that hangs on the weight room. What have you done today to win the Pac-12? My father was not the only one that taught me the value of hard work and dedication. I would not be the man I am today without the direction that my mother and grandparents provided me. During one of the toughest moments in my life, my mother told me that change happens when the pain of holding on becomes greater than the fear of letting go. Do not be afraid to let go of the identity that you've all created for yourselves as student athletes at the university. I cannot wait to see what type of change each and every one of you can provoke in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor, and congratulations to our 4 valedictorians. Time has come now to recognize the student athletes here today who will officially become alumni of the University of Arizona. Now, this year, in order to maintain social distancing protocols and still participate in graduating our seniors, we've asked each head coach to announce their graduating student athletes. We will recognize each student athlete both virtually and in person. For those student athletes participating virtually, you will see their slides, and for those student athletes with us today, of course, you will see their slides and they will receive their certificate as they walk across the stage. We encourage you to make a lot of noise as they graduate today. We do ask our student athletes to everyone to keep the center aisle clear so our student athletes can safely move and return to their seat. We have excellent photographers here. They will be emailing out a link to the photo galleries within the next week. Graduates, after your photo is taken and you approach the stage, please stop at the center of the stage with your certificate, maintaining a safe distance from anyone on stage as you walk across. Due to, of course, health and safety protocols, we ask that you please refrain from physically touching anyone else during the ceremony. Your coach will be here on stage with you at a safe distance for the photo. So let's get started. Here to announce our graduates, Thomas Harris, Assistant Athletic Director for Diversity, Inclusion, and Engagement. Thomas, make your way up, and we will start with Cats Forever and Jennifer Muse.
Kadeem Carey, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior, and Human Understanding.
Please welcome head women's basketball coach Adia Barnes.
Trinity Baptiste, Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. Ari McDonald, Graduate Certificate, Applied Behavior Analysis, and Ruby Award winner for Outstanding Female Senior Student Athlete.
Head soccer coach Tony Amato.
Sabrina Enescu, Bachelor of Science, Care, Health, and Society.
Women's track and field and cross country coach Fred Harvey.
Keela Barger, Bachelor of Arts, Biochemistry. Megan Bounds, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, Physiology, and Medical Sciences. Catherine Daly, Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Electrical, and Computer Engineering. Megan Delaney, Master of Education, Educational Leadership. Bailey Johnson, Master of Arts, International Security. Maggie Karp, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Sarah Von King, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. Lillian Lowe, Bachelor of General Studies, Economy and Industry. Shannon Meisberger, Bachelor of Arts, Classics, Classical Civilization. Tiana Poirier-Shelton, Bachelor of Science, Public Health, Global Health. Jordan Spradlin, Bachelor of Science, Public Health, Health Promotion. April Sutton, Master of Education, Educational Leadership.
And remaining with us, Fred Harvey, men's track and field and cross country coach.
Mo Almarhoun, Bachelor of Science, Chemical Engineering. Isaac Desarle, Master of Science, Marketing. Dominic Gear, Bachelor of Arts, Law. Justin Lewis, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Ade Mason, Bachelor of Arts, Sociology. Victor Ortiz Rivera, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Justice Somerset, Bachelor of Science, General Studies. Trevor Volpe, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Finance.
You're good. You're good. Please welcome head baseball coach Jay Johnson.
Jacob Blass, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Ian Churchill, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Quinn Flanagan, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Finance. Garrett Irvin, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Kobe Kato, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Gil Luna, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Blake Paul, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Finance. Preston Price, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Austin Smith, Bachelor of General Studies, Science, Technology, Health, and Society. Dante Williams, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society.
And please welcome head men's basketball coach Tommy Lloyd.
Matthew Charles Wyan, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Business Management.
And please welcome beach volleyball coach Steve Walker.
Natalie Anselmo, Master of Science, Accounting. Johnny Bayham, Bachelor of Science, Neuroscience, and Cognitive Science, Computation. Brooke Burling, Master of Science, Healthcare Management. Olivia Holloran, Master of Science, Healthcare Management. Haley Hess, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Carly Lowry, Bachelor of Arts, Economics. McKenna Martin, Master of Arts, Special Education. Lauren Orlich, Bachelor of Arts, Economics.
Men's golf coach, Jim Anderson.
Briggs Deuce, Bachelor of General Studies, Economy and Industry. David Laskin, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Finance. Bradley Reeves, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Business Management. Down.
Please welcome gymnastics head coach John Court.
Peyton Bellows, Bachelor of Science, Nutritional Sciences. Courtney Coles, Bachelor of Arts, Film and Television, and Sociology. Sydney Frieden, Bachelor of Science, Nutritional Sciences. Laura Lee Horton, Bachelor of Arts in Education, Elementary Education. Heather Swanson, Bachelor of Science, Nutritional Sciences.
Please welcome head softball coach Mike Candrea.
Hannah Bowen, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Raina Karanko, Master of Science, Healthcare Management. Mariah Lopez, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. Deja Mulipola, Bachelor of Science, Care, Health and Society. Alyssa Michelle Palomino Cardoza, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology.
Please welcome women's swimming and diving coach Augie Bush.
Kayla Filipek, Bachelor of Science, Optical Sciences, and Engineering. Katie Haig, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, Physiology. Jamie Stone, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Accounting.
And Augie Bush remains with us for the men's swimming and diving graduates.
Jack Anderson, Bachelor of Science, Sustainable Built Environments, Sustainable Buildings. Brooks Fail, Bachelor of Science, Literary Learning and Leadership, Community Education. Ite Gurovich, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Jorge Iga Cesar, Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Sam Ida, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, and the Male Award winner for most hours of community service. Christian Ambas, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, Physiology. Jack Murphy, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice Studies. Noah Reed, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Management Information Systems. Dakota Ruby, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, Physiology.
And please welcome women's tennis head coach Ryan Stotland.
Abby Amos, Master of Arts, Educational Psychology. Hida Hanemes, Bachelor of Arts, Political Science, International Relations. Talia Zandberg, Bachelor of Arts, Information Science in Society.
And please welcome men's tennis coach Clancy Shields.
Igor Karpovets, Bachelor of Science, Geography. Alejandro Reguan, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Business Management, and Sapphire Award winner for Outstanding Male Senior Student Athlete.
Please welcome head volleyball coach Dave Rubio.
Akia Warrior, Master of Education, Teaching, and Teacher Education. Paige Whipple, Bachelor of Science, Family Studies, and Human Development.
And welcome head football coach Jed Fish.
Stephen Bailey, Graduate Certificate, Real Estate Development Analysis. Aaron Blackwell, Master of Science, Entrepreneurship. Gary Brightwell, Bachelor of Science, Literacy, Learning, and Leadership, Leadership for Equity, Access, and Success. J.B. Brown, Bachelor of Science, Literacy, Learning, and Leadership, Community Education. Brian Castile, Bachelor of Science, Literacy, Learning, and Leadership, Leadership for Equity, Access, and Success. Joshua Donovan, Bachelor of General Studies, Sports and Society. Kevin Doyle, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Peyton Fierce, Bachelor of General Studies, Science, Technology, Health and Society. Cameron Feets, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Management Information Systems. Tyson Gardner, Bachelor of Arts, Information Science, and E-Society. Al Malik Hausman, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior, and Human Understanding. Lucas Haversack, Bachelor of Science, Literacy Learning and Leadership for Equity, Access, and Success. Sorry about that. Michael Irving III, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Trevon Mason, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. Jacob Meeker Hackett, Bachelor of Science, Animal Sciences, Animal Industry. Anthony Pandy, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. Miles Tapusoa, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. Nathan Tilford, Bachelor of General Studies, Social Behavior and Human Understanding. David Espinosa Watson, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice Studies.
Thank you, Thomas Harris. Thank you for all being here. Before we leave tonight, I'd like all our graduating student athletes to please stand and let's make some noise and say congratulations. As you leave, we ask you to be mindful of COVID protocols, avoid gathering and lingering as much as possible. I have to say that. Please have a great day. Congratulations to our graduates. I do have to leave you, of course, with the famous words from that great poet, Alice Cooper. We've got no choice, all you girls and boys making all that noise because you found new toys. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. School's out for summer. School's out forever. School's out completely. Bear down.
championship.